something that you feel like TT could upset you on in game 3. And I feel like Elise is a pretty decent read. Now TT, they're going to lock in the Maokai because they know that Ning was pretty damn good at it, and they're going to try and give Ning back the Sejuani, which honestly he's comfortable on anyway, but after seeing his game 1 performance, maybe not feeling so comfortable as to give it to him again.
Oh my god.
Now it's just the Draven first pick again, so that says to me they weren't upset with the Draven and how it played, more perhaps how Ultra Prime played around Doggo and the Draven. So let's see how they actually try and utilize it in this game, because it felt like they couldn't get the front foot going as many times as they would have loved to in the game number 2.
And vast difference to the engage style of the Sejuani setting up the Doggo Draven. I think that's the biggest difference here between the two. We do see the Jayce come out though as a blind pick for TT. Maybe a little bit of flexibility there, probably since Ucal has played it before in the mid lane.
Yeah, exactly. With TT, it's a flex pick. We've seen a fair amount of Jayce actually end up mid recently, not just here in the LPL, but globally, if it makes sense. And Jayce, alongside Ziggs, definitely spells that they're going to be running this Jayce in the mid lane, so it might actually just end up being a bit of a blind. Still, of course, very, very flexible. So we will see what TT end up going towards, but Ziggs is going to be a bit of a nuisance for Draven to deal with outside of lane, and also provides a lot of wave clear. So I think Ultra Prime, yeah, we really want to send it on something super offensive and have TT kind of worry about the laning phase a lot more than outside of lane. I feel like you may want to ban away Braum just because you've blind picked the Nautilus and you don't want to have to deal with that matchup just as a, you know, a response, right? That CC can be so frustrating to deal with. The shield, the passive, it's really obnoxious, and I think it can shut down Draven really, really well. And also the damage that he can put out simply because, you know, ultimate as well.
Now we get the Leona band away from Yao Yao, one of his comfort picks, as well as maybe a response to that Nautilus. The Silas band away against Ultra Prime, taking something away from Qing, where he'll have a lot of that viability with the Maokai steals, the Mega Inferno bomb, things like that. You just don't want to give a lot of those tools over. And now we're looking, final ban is the Alistar or Ultra Prime. So they want to try to take away these engaged supports against this bottom lane.
Okay, I don't mind it either, because TT are technically lacking on, you know, sort of follow-up or primary engage is probably the more apt form that they are lacking. There's the Zoe again from Qing. So what will we get out of the mid lane or the top lane here? Will it just be a Ksante yet again for Hery? I mean, this time you have Sejuani, so I don't mind it as much. And then you try and just see where the Jayce will land, but they just go for the Syndra straight up this time around. I like it, honestly. Yeah. Now this time Hery will have a little more of an idea of what he's playing against, and he's got the Sejuani on his side, so he should have a winning 2v2 in the top side if that's something that Ultra Prime would like to lean on before they give Doggo some resources.
Yeah, you don't need the double melee solo lane as we got the setup for mid lane. Qing looked really good on the Syndra. It has been a big pick for him as well, most played. So love to see that coming through here. But there it is potentially, and it is locked in, the Braum for TT, and that set up against the bot lane of Doggo and Baolan.
Yeah, and actually the value went up after the ban phase, because Syndra, the ultimate, can get blocked by Braum if he's in position to do it. So let's really hope that they had good reason to not remove it away, and hopefully that Yao Yao has a bit of a poor game on this one, because he's got a lot of value sitting on his shoulders in this game against Syndra, against an aggressive melee support as well. Hery's going to pick up the Gnar on the opposite end, so looking for maybe a little bit of side lane presence and dominance through that one team fighting prowess with the Mega Gnar, because they're going to need it. They've got a very strong team fighting composition, Ultra Prime, and then Draven to boot. A lot of, you know, strong R-keys to work with on the opposite end. A lot more poke, a lot more temperamental disengage, and trying to re-engage perhaps with the Ksante and the Maokai. That's going to be the name of the game here for TT.
And a lot more easy team fight setup for Ultra Prime as well, I feel like. So both teams kind of came out with a very strong response in their own right in game number 2. And here we are, the culmination. Will it be Ucal? Will it be Doggo? And will it be TT or Ultra Prime coming away with their second series win of the split?
Jayo's ring, as they always do. Glad to see the fans are still quite lively at this time. Getting quite late, of course, as we've had long games, right? We had a 2-0 in the first series today, but the games weren't exactly very quick. And then of course this series has been quite slow as well, so let us
don't make me bring out the exercise. We'll get kills going right now. 1 minute and 30 seconds. We'll get it going.
Mate, I need it. I'm
So we see the opposite side starts yet again, though, as Ning will be on that top side, pathing down towards spot. We'll see if the wraparound comes from Beichuan, but should be traditionally looking to see what influence he can get early on. And I think Ning, again, just feels a lot more confident on this Sejuani. Has been the main pick he's been leaning towards a lot of the time, and TT came into this series saying, we're going to try and steal away from you and see how confident you are. And so far, you know, we saw that answer, and it worked out for TT.
Yeah, exactly. I think there should be a lot more confidence on the opposite end as well for Ultra Prime with this much. You know, engage, go, go, go on their enders.
Man, that's twice. No trade back from Yao Yao.
Not much you can do just yet. It's definitely more about the sort of 2-3 onwards. I will say you have Ziggs as your, you know, bottom lane partner. You're not going to stack the passive particularly quickly, but it's still going to be really impressive. What I will say is a lot of Merc Treads value on the side of Ultra Prime. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of Merc Tread value on TT as well. So we'll see what they decide to go towards now. Ning did walk over a ward. He's also walking over this ward.
Yeah,
I think they're going to try and go for a level 3 dive.
You see, actually, Beichuan has stopped his pathing and rotated back towards bottom. They're going to TP too. This is what we needed. Ning doesn't get the proc on him. One more gets the stun there. Beichuan has arrived, and Beichuan, he gets the first blood for TT. All of a sudden, the tables are turned, and everything's upside down for Ultra Prime. Ucal might be fine again. There's the Winter's Bite to seal the fate of Baolan.
Ultra Prime finally look for an early game aggressive play because they've got the stacked wave. And even though the teleport from Ucal gets cancelled, TT's response is still excellent. Like you called out, Beichuan cancelled his full clear, just said, oh, okay, this is going on. I have to answer it. Goes down there, stops the dive from happening. And the result is 2 kills, 1 onto Ucal, 1 onto Beichuan. We've seen how much damage Maokai can do, so not fussed about that. The only upside really for Ultra Prime is that Doggo didn't end up dying, so I guess he's still going to continue to stack. Not that he had many in the first place, but it's just so hard to get past the Braum, follow up on the damage, and you can kind of see eventually they do swap targets, but at that point it's already too late. Beichuan's here. He locks down Ning very, very easily, and he gets bursted down as quick as you'd like, and the follow-up is just there for TT.
First blood goes over to the First Blood Kings in TT. At least before the series, we're at 71.4% first blood rate. So really, really good stuff for them to continue to emphasize on that. Ning now making a second path here, hovering between mid and bot, while Ucal and Beichuan look at mid. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. Ucal flashes right into the waiting arms or the licking tongue of the giant Poro under Sejuani and Ning.
Yep, really, really good to secure that one. No teleport available for Ucal either, so the wave will get reset. Qing will just go back to base, can look to teleport or walk back, whichever one he prefers, whichever one he feels like is more necessary. Teleport in the early stages you can kind of use quite liberally, as you can't really teleport to, you know, plays very often anymore. It's very defensive summon spell teleport. So Ultra Prime find that advantage, and they're going to try and turn it into a dragon straight away, clearing this bottom wave very, very quickly. And with Ucal not in the mid lane to show face, this should, in theory, just be the dragon. As you can see, Beichuan's up in the top side right now, just getting a counter jungle going.
I think it's good heads up play by TT, the optimization in terms of like where you can get resources at now that we're seeing Ultra Prime actually take some early objectives. You did get level 6 for Qing, obviously in the mid lane, so now something to play off of is that. But Doggo still waiting to cash in, still waiting to get some resources delved his way, as Hery might be in some trouble up here.
Yeah, Beichuan just steps quite far back, and now that that sapling goes down, fully aware where the Maokai is. Just go take his reset, has the TP. His wave is still slow pushing against him though, so will be quite uncomfortable for some time as he questions whether or not Beichuan is actually hanging around. That dragon was secured. It's an ocean. 5 in a row. Do you think, like, all day?
No way. There's no
Surely
way,
not, right?
man. If it goes cloud, I don't know. Do we just like let the winds speak for the rest of the night? Do we just let it go? They'll cast.
No call. Yeah. we just won't cast. We're not gonna walk out. We're still gonna be
We'll
here
just
watching
make
the
like
game.
wind noises. I'll go get like a fan. I'll put it in front of my microphone. Let's see what happens.
Oh god.
Does that mean that if we do that with like all the other ones, we have to get all the other elements too? Does it mean if I have to go get like a bucket of water if it's only ocean
Right.
dragons
And if it's
flamethrower, if it's I don't know.
if it's mountain, do I have to go outside, like grab some mud and just start smacking
Go
my
get
mic
some
with
dust.
it? Like what? God, surely not. That would be 5 times in a row. Where's the maths on that? There's 6 dragons in the game. I'm not good enough at maths to.
Math on live air, don't do it. We do get the
No.
Riptail
Yeah,
spotting very soon here for 45 seconds away. We have Ning up this way as well, so could be that early objective focus continuing to be the main focus for Ultra Prime.
Expect it will be. Oh, this is a really nice play. But yeah, Ksante is Ksante. Will all out his way away from the gank and won't find their pick right before the Rift Herald. And I suspect that because of that, we might just see Ning run from top to bot and see if he can find another play. Oh, Ucal dodges out.
Too quick.
So yeah, a little bit too quick there. So that won't be an immediate start, likely. Hery still playing a lot of annoyance and poke here on Hoya. And then you can see Beichuan's now made his way up to the top side because he doesn't want to lose this instantaneous Herald. And Ning now has level 6 while he's on vision.
Yeah,
but
he's right
Qing is
on
just
that
getting
ward.
Qing is getting slammed in the 1v1 right now. In the HP department anyway, because he is up a significant amount of CS.
Rift Herald started up by TT, maybe leaning more so towards his top side as the Nature's Grasp comes out. Hery trying to take the 1v1. He goes mini and he dies to Hoya. That'll be 3 kills on the board for TT.
Yeah, not exactly a 1v1 there, Hery. Once Beichuan shows up, and I'm not actually sure if they had any information. I'm pretty sure they did spot out Beichuan, so kind of greedy to give this one away as Prime's bottom lane rotates up, and that's actually going to signal Thunder Talk to just step back a little bit. They don't want to deal with Draven this early on with Syndra. Still, it feels like, and Hoya has to reset, so it is an effective 4v4. And Huanfeng on the bottom side with no TP, they just give this one up. See how many plates, however, Huanfeng gets, because Ziggs is a very, very fast tower taker.
They've sent Qing down here though, so actually nice little movement from Ultra Prime to kind of commit to this, to not let this side lane go to waste. It is that Rift Herald though, secured by Ning. We'll see where those resources go. Again, love to see it around Doggo, but haven't gotten the cash in just yet. Haven't gotten that influence of gold just yet for Doggo, and you need to for Ultra Prime to find success.
All I'm saying is last game we got to see the Whirling Death execute Huanfeng for 1.2k HP. So, you know, maybe we don't need to give him gold because he'll just get enough stacks to one-shot.
Make the difference.
You know? Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work out for Ultra Prime. I guess we can check in a little bit and see. We got about 50 seconds for the next dragon here.
Check in in 20 minutes when Doggo
20
finally
minutes
has 600
now. All right.
stacks.
You're going to have to remind me to do that. Check in 20 minutes from now. So I do want to see, though, we've gotten the Rift out. We've gotten the first dragon. Ultra Prime obviously putting a lot of focus on the objectives. Would love to see them prioritize getting the second dragon for themselves. And you see they're doing just that, Jamada.
Yeah, I think really it's about securing the soul, though. It feels like whoever's gotten the first couple of dragons has been cursed and never picked up the soul. Or at the very least, not picked it up very quickly, shall we say. Ultra Prime, they are very, very committed to remaining in the river to just keep control. Qing, however, is going to get forced back a little bit, and this gives TT a window to shove in this mid wave and then maybe try and regain some territory. Ultra Prime, I wouldn't be surprised if they try and skirmish over it, but again, Braum, very strong skirmisher, and now they've kind of just been forced to step back a little bit.
Doggo is trying to gain some priority in bot lane, maybe have that first move. You see Hoya, though, on his first move. No TP for Hery, and Hoya going to make this a very uneven fight.
5v4. Hery will get a good couple of plates. this room continues to be committed to. I think the dragon's been starting up down there. It's actually been spotted by Ning, and it's low enough.
What if he goes in? It's a little dicey. I feel like they just want to back away here. 1,000 health. There's the Nature's Grasp, signaling Ultra Prime to back away. Looks like that difference of Hoya walking down does make that difference. It is the Mountain Dragon. Yay! No Cloud Dragon Soul. Hooray!
I feel like I would have been more at peace with.
For the culmination, you just get like left out at the end. You're like, man, it could have happened. Yeah, we could have had 5 Cloud Dragon Souls in a row.
But hey, right? Like, Mountain actually has a lot of value this game, just because, you know, a lot of frontliners in general, but also think about like this, especially champions like Jayce, Syndra. If you have to deal with multiple Mountain Dragons and some of these members, it's going to get increasingly hard to do your job, right? Poke, one shot, and of course, in the case of, you know, even Doggo kind of in the early stages, it's going to get pretty frustrating. So I think stacking those Mountain Dragons is going to pay off a lot, to say the least, just because the amount of frontline available to both sides, buffing those members up and also just enhancing what your carry members are actually capable of doing in the early stages.
And we've seen a lot of resources, at least in the last games, when we get to that 20-minute mark, be exactly where they need to be. We're getting a little bit of the split bag here, but I definitely want to keep an eye on Ning, as in mid lane we're getting the engage as the Rift Herald goes down. A little bit of that use in mid lane, giving Qing some resources potentially here as the crash goes down and gets those 2 plates. Oh, just about. It needs the one more auto. Oh, swing. No. Sag. But at least you get some of that resource delving out. Now you got Kraken Slayer completed for Doggo. Not going to go with that Eclipse build this time, not having found that early gold.
Exactly. Not this time around. Kraken Slayer, I think he just kind of reads the room. 3 melee champions who are going to end up building a lot of resistances. Eclipse is maybe not going to give me the punch and power I need. Kraken a little bit more consistent on that front. Both, of course, quite good at busting tanks either way. That just opts for the Kraken Slayer for an earlier spike on the IE, perhaps, is what he wants. So we'll see what he ends up going towards. Maybe a BT second. Very common on Draven.
What's your favorite sword in the game, item-wise?
Oh. Okay.
You just named some right there. Yeah, any of those? Any of those big ones? No?
I did. I feel like Bloodthirster would technically be kind of cool.
Ooh,
I used to when I was younger. I used to play Ninja Gaiden. And there was this one particular sword that you could get off a boss where you could actually siphon life back that you'd lost from your enemies, and that's exactly like what BT technically does.
True.
So BT's probably up there. I think in terms of coolness, probably Blade, right?
Ooh.
Like just the icon looks kind of cool. It looks like it should be a really cool looking like long sword with like a lot of like cool jagged edges. Yeah,
I float between the Mercurial Scimitar and and Wit's End actually. Oh my god,
that's a far roll out.
Qing is in so much trouble here. Hoya gets the solo, don't even need no roots to help him, and TT continue to find success in the side lane.
They do. That feels like it came out of nowhere. Qing just gets caught out and taken to the alcove via the all out. I mean, it's easy to let it happen to you sometimes if you're not paying attention. You kind of fall asleep at the wheel. You forget the wall angles. There's now
they're
Ucal
coming down on Ucal.
There they are. Great sidestep.
Able to get away a little bit though.
Can't dodge that though.
So much CC. Mega Inferno Bomb stopping him though. Ucal. Oh, Ning!
Oh!
He took the extra tower shot and the burn from Huanfeng. Oh, what a dirty play. And TT come out on top again.
Ning just didn't want to back off. They had all of the CC in the world, but you know what they were lacking a little bit of? Damage. So Ucal just kind of walks it off pretty comfortably with 250 something HP to spare, more or less. And TT, like you say, kind of just gets spoon-fed another kill, this time into Huanfeng's back pocket, after TT already won out in the top side with Qing getting caught out. So Ultra Prime really kind of slipping away here in a couple of these side lane plays. One they were looking for, the other, of course, just an outright solo kill as just take a look at this angle. Really, really cute from Hoya to actually find that. Quite difficult as
God,
yeah,
that's just, I hate watching that. Like Qing, like he just can't do anything. Like that, I feel so bad.
I'm sorry. Were you expecting counterplay? Like
literally couldn't touch his buttons.
Oh,
like how do you do that?
Wow.
Oh, that was actually
so close on both ways.
Yeah.
In out as well. Draven didn't quite catch that. I was so focused on the amount of CC that he was hitting as now the engage onto Ning. And,
he's in trouble again. Hery's on the other side though. Flash out to get to safety, and now they have split the fight. Big Mega Gnar ulti and a double combo. Mega Inferno Bomb onto Qing does a decent amount. They finally got Beichuan. It took a little while to clean up that kill. Here comes the all-out Hoya as they find a little bit more, but damage down. Qing gets the kill. So close, but so far. Ultra Prime in front of the Dragon.
Oh, let him cash in. He's got 170 CS. I'm so worried, but also like it's great that Ultra Prime got these kills. Don't let my tone take away from the fact that Ultra Prime just got a shutdown and a really good position here to maybe.
Oh no! Wait, no way. Oh.
Okay. No. He's got enough HP to survive. Scary, scary. That was a Ziggs satchel to take that tower down. So TT still kind of went out on the macro game. Ultra Prime though, you feel bad for Doggo. I want the observer to click on him. I want to know how many stacks he has. Maybe after the replay we'll get it. But this is what's going on. The Herald's down. Nature's Grasp kind of just to force away. It's very Korean. If you remember how Horn ult used to get used back in the day to sort of force people off an objective, and Ning just, yeah, I don't know why he did that, but very fortunately he's tanky enough to survive, and Hoya's in a great position to find this flank with the Mega Gnar. Hoya gets over the wall. Hery, however, finds that, and this kill goes over to Ning. Doggo couldn't quite get past all of the Ziggs abilities, but then
Ning survived. Wow, nice little side step.
Ning survives on 1 HP, and I'm sorry, I can't get over it. Doggo tried so hard to get his 4 cash in. It's like, I was joking when I said I wanted to check in 20 minutes to see how many stacks he had.
Well, you're 10 down. All right, you're 10 down.
We got
track for you.
Yeah, 10 more to go. And,
10 more to go.
Yeah.
It was actually, though, after all that feistiness in front of the Dragon Pit, TT that secured it. So 2 dragons their way. They're also on the tier 2 tower because Ziggs, that's what you do, baby. You just take towers all day long. TP to mid lane, though, for TT to try to defend.
Exactly. It'll be fine to do so as well. Ultra Prime just got a step away. But I just feel TT have just been a little bit more on the mark with the towers. And macro in general, just responding to what Ultra Prime may be up to. And of course, it helps having a Ziggs in the game to cut the HP of a tower down by like 18-ish%. I can't remember what threshold is. I think it's a bit lower than that until you get some points into the satchel. Which, by the way, if you play Ziggs, max W second, it's far more broken than E. Lets you take those towers far quicker. And the mines, they benefit more off the later game, you know, ratios and cooldown reduction. Anyway, very niche. There's like 5 Ziggs players still in existence, and one of them is in this game in Huanfeng.
And we are getting second items across the board here for the most part, especially for TT's side, who find themselves a little bit in the lead in gold, about 2,500. But it is the Demonic Embrace with that Leandry's completed for Beichuan. You see now on the top side, Ultra Prime, maybe trying to make a play on the Ucal, but won't find it as TT now have reinforcements this way. And Ultra Prime not really able to find what they're looking for.
Yeah, potential recollapse there from TT was very, very big. They did commit for that, and it would have been a play I feel like they would have regretted quite quickly. Unfortunately, they didn't, and we remain at a bit of a downtime for now. I think TT, I guess they can technically wait till the next dragon, because then there's a lot more pressure to contest the dragon after that for Ultra Prime. But with Ziggs, with Maokai, they're not going to burn the Baron exactly, you know, monster fast by any means, but they've got so many, you know, zoning tools between Ziggs' entire kit and then the saplings. It gets really hard to approach, you know, any kind of area where there's chokes. So I really hope you get to see TT utilize strength for that relatively soon as
Oh my God.
This feels like bullying. Yes! Yes!
Let the adoration overflow as Doggo gets paid.
Finally!
He did so much damage with it. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh, and now it's just snowballing into the side lane. Ucal in some trouble, and maybe another kill too, but he doesn't have that many adoration stacks this time around. They're onto the Baron now. Ultra Prime, have they just done it again with the swing of momentum?
Oh my god, they might have broke open the game here with the pick onto Beichuan, the global help from Doggo to cash in, and they find another pick on the side lane onto Ucal. 3 versus 5. I don't think TT can really do this one right here, and Hery's about to get Mega Gnar. They're gonna have to back off or they just get wiped, surely.
Oh, maybe a steal from Huanfeng. Can he get a... Oh, Mega Gnar, there's the flash. 3 in. Dragon secured by Ultra Prime. Yao's down. Hoya and Huanfeng trying to run away. They are getting a decent amount of poke back because of the Liandry's for Huanfeng. Doggo's caught all out into the rest of the team, and Baolan is the sacrificial lamb for Ultra Prime, but he gets the shutdown. Ucal, he says, I see you, Doggo, but I'm also a carry here for the side of TT. Gets a couple back. Beichuan flashing, gets his own, and we got chaos everywhere here in game number 3.
Oh, Ultra Prime, they get the Baron, but it's at the cost of 4 members. So all of a sudden, the Baron kind of doesn't mean so much, and Huanfeng's still on the map to maybe just brick this tower, be able to reset, teleport back out, and they'll also likely be ready, TT, to come and contest this next Mountain Dragon too. So Ultra Prime, it's such a good initial setup, but eventually, after getting the Baron, it just gets thrown away a little bit on the retreat, as again, oh, we're gonna get the look. Ultimate T-Tors in the chat, everyone. How much gold? That's what I care about. How much? We're not gonna know, but again, it's this Mega Gnar out here. 3 into the wall, unstoppable from Hoya to stop himself from getting slammed against it. You can see Yao just kind of thrown to the wayside there. And it's just all about the retreat, which it's really hard to say. Doggo gets dragged all the way over the wall, kind of gets Baolan killed. They do kill Hoya, but the issue is now Ucal's here. 750 gold shut down as we come out of the replay. And this dragon is live and ready to be taken.
We're working on 3 items for a lot of members of TT, but it is 3rd item for Doggo completed. See that cash in, pay dividends here as a Dragon Soul point for TT unlocks a lot of movement around the map. And Ultra Prime want to gain priority with this Baron buff and move through mid lane out into that objective and secure their 2nd of their own. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god. Come on now. Come on. That's just dirty.
Oh.
And then they get the 3-man Nature's Grasp. TT, they've got their own wombo combos coming to bear. Hoya pushes Qing over the wall. Hery trying to escape. Hoya's got the flank here. Doggo locked down. Cleanse don't do nothing for you today. As the scat of the week does separate, but Baolan falls, and TT, they might have just routed Ultra Prime as Hoya stepped up to the occasion and stepped up for a double kill.
Ksante taking it all into his own hands. Hoya had enough. They've got a wave to work with, TT, but do they feel like they have the health bars? They're going to send Ucal back to secure the dragon, it looks like. But I think they can end. They have the death time. It's 20 seconds. 10, I guess. They're not even going to go for the inhib. Wow.
Feeling a little bit hesitant there for sure. Ning coming back out of the bat. Maybe he can get a miracle steal, stop some of this momentum from going and continuing to be in TT's favor. Dragon already started, a lot of control around it, and it will be Dragon's Soul point for TT.
I've seen teams throw up a lot of respect for the enemy. I feel like perhaps in this particular instance that might have been a little bit too much, but TT, I mean, you can never inherently necessarily go too wrong with a lot of safety, right? Overcommitment can definitely cost you a lot. And it feels like that's the mindset here. So much damage comes through Nature's Grasp, Mega Inferno Bomb.
The Liandry's and the burns from like the Demonic Embrace, the double Liandry's is just starting to do so much work.
So nasty, right? And health bars just can't deal with it. Doggo gets pulled up first.
Didn't do anything for Doggo right there. That's so weird.
Nope. Yeah, kind of strange. Maybe cleansed right before the CC application.
Yeah, it looks like it.
just kind of timed it fairly wrong to the point where he probably gets out of it quite... No, actually, you're kind of right. I just looked at it on my second monitor as well. The cleanse didn't do anything for him. Huh. Very strange.
But a little minute moment in that situation for sure.
To be fair, I will say he would have died anyway.
I was going to say, I don't think it mattered that much. It's just a little interesting point.
Yeah, just weird it didn't do anything. Would have died anyway. And Ultra Prime, I guess, you know, lose the dragon, but they don't lose the inhibitor, which is definitely the bigger map threat.
So
in the immediate future.
I'm getting very worried because we've already started to see how much damage this Leandres is doing against this, you know, healthier squad. It feels like for Ultra Prime for the most part. Rabadon's death cap is about to be completed for Huanfeng, I'm sure very soon. And just the amount of poke that's going to be coming from Huanfeng, from Ucal, and from the long-range setup that Beichuan and Yao have, I see it's very difficult for Ultra Prime unless they just go straight up for an engaged outright. The poke game is not in their favor.
No, poke game is not in their favor at all. Ultra Prime, they need to use the 4, 5 different engage tools that they have available to them to try and just stop that poke from getting layered in, because we saw what happened in that last fight, and a lot of it was because Beichuan pressed his R key kind of in an angle like this, and then Huanfeng also pressed his R key, and half of the Ultra Prime health bar suddenly disappeared, and the fight was no longer an even fight. Oh no! Oh, he's got blood rush. So.
He's fine. Run away! Run away! Run away from the soccer balls with hair. There's the Rabadon's completed though for Huanfeng, TPing to the mid, and you got to start looking at how much damage these bombs will start doing. And speaking of bombs, accelerated shock blast comes to bear on to Qing, takes a quarter of his health off. And now Beichuan feels confident to move forward on the top side of the map with reinforcements right underneath.
Exactly. Exactly that. And TT just focuses on Baron right now. 2 minutes until the soul spawns up. Don't need to worry about that at the moment. As long as you don't die around the minute beforehand, you're okay. Focus on the top side now for the next minute, maybe minute and a half at the absolute most. Ultra Prime, they're going to have to make a decision potentially on what they're going to be able to do. Qing is actually sticking to a fucking fog here, but TT have no reason to really hug this side just yet. And as you can see, Ucal's actually on the bottom side clearing. Yeah, I was about to say, I would really like Qing to go and gank Ucal. I mean, Ucal is...
Hery!
Wow!
Hery! The solo with that quick flash!
That's huge. They can go and do the Baron now. Ultra Prime, they've got a window potentially to try and get this one started up. Hery didn't even expend his ultimate. He doesn't have flash, which makes it a little less threatening, but even still, if you start up the Baron, allow Hery to push on the bottom side, draw someone else down here to have to cover it, get his Mega Gnar bar stacked back up. It's an unanswerable situation for TT. It just comes down to execution in the fight itself. Here we go.
Here we go. Beichuan has used that Nature's Grass cleanse from Doggo, blocking off. But look at that Mega Inferno Bomb. They're starting to burn as well. I don't know if they have that damage to put back. They're getting chunked by this bear. Look at the burns.
Wow.
They're doing so much work. Hery has now shown up just having Mega Gnar. Glacial Prison over the wall. This is so split. The Baron down. It goes to Ning. He's out the back with the all out, but back into the pit and dead by TT. See if Ultra Prime can get away with any of these Baron buffs. They're losing them one by one. Qing tries to go back, and Hery, the only one that makes it out. A double kill for Ucal. And they're right back to forward position and top lane dominance.
Mazel, it's deja vu. It's Ultra Prime getting the Baron and everyone dying except Hery. This time, however, the consequences won't be losing just the dragon. It might be losing the game because all 5 members are here in the base and TT have a wave.
Momentum was key tonight. It was the theme of the entire evening. And Ultra Prime TT delivered on that theme. Thunder Talk Gaming with the momentum of their win against IG. They'll find their second series win and they'll take down Ultra Prime.
And look at the smiles on their faces as they get up. Embrace their teammates. You can see how much this win means to them. Ultra Prime TT likely, at least by early expectations, to be around each other in the standings, and we always emphasize how important it is to pick up wins against your potential, direct competitors, best of one round robin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Take
TT.
that bow.
You took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say it bar for bar. Take that bow. It's a well-earned win in this